The betrayal of the galaxy was calm for a time. Earth and its allies in the Galactic Council worked together to keep peace in the stars. Among Earth's closest friends were the Valorans, a proud and noble species known for their wisdom and bravery. They stood as guardians of the outer colonies, watching the edge of known space. Captain Ryan Hayes of Earth's Space Fleet looked out from the bridge of the Vigilant, his warship orbiting Valoran's homeworld. The Valoran leaders had invited Earth's military to join them for a peace summit. Ryan was hopeful. He believed this alliance could bring lasting security for everyone. Suddenly, alarms blared through the ship. Ryan's cum crackled to life. "Captain, we have a situation. Valoran outposts are under attack." His heart sank. The calm was shattered. The Vigilant launched into action. Ryan ordered his crew to prepare for battle. But it was too late. The attack was brutal and swift. The enemy was unknown. Ships appeared from nowhere, striking without warning. Valoran ships scrambled to defend their home, but they were outnumbered. The attackers showed no mercy. They destroyed outposts, killing hundreds of Valoran soldiers and civilians. Ryan watched helplessly as the sensor showed the massacre unfolding. "This isn't a random attack," he said. "This is a calculated strike." On Valoran's surface, the sky was filled with fire. Families ran for cover as explosions shook the ground. The Valoran leaders pleaded for help, sending urgent signals to Earth and the Galactic Council. Back on the Vigilant, Ryan's mind raced. "We have to respond. They are killing our allies. We cannot let this stand." But a cold silence came. From the Galactic Council, they hesitated. Some members feared a larger war. Others doubted Earth's readiness. The Council's delay was a betrayal in itself. Earth's government was angry but restrained. It began gathering intelligence. Who was behind the attack? What was their goal? Meanwhile, the Valorans were left to fight alone. Ryan stood before his crew. "Our Valoran friends need us." This attack was meant to break their spirit, but it will only make us stronger. On Earth, news of the massacre spread fast. Citizens watched in horror as images of the destroyed Valoran outposts flashed across their screens. There was a wave of anger. They demanded justice. The enemy's identity was a mystery at first, but soon evidence emerged. A coalition of hostile alien factions wanted to weaken the alliance by destroying its key members. They underestimated Earth's resolve. In secret, Earth scientists and engineers worked day and night to prepare. New weapons and ships. The military trained harder than ever. They remembered the Valoran sacrifice and promised to stand stronger. Ryan's ship was assigned to lead the Retaliation fleet. He felt the weight of responsibility. "We won't let their deaths be in vain," he told his officers. At the same time, spies aboard Earth stations uncovered a shocking truth. The enemy had spies inside the Galactic Council, feeding false information and delaying help to the Valorans. The betrayal was deeper than anyone had imagined. Ryan's anger grew. "They tried to isolate us, to break our alliances. But they made a grave mistake." The Vigilant prepared to jump to the enemy's system. The crew knew the coming battle would be fierce, but their resolve was stronger than ever. As Earth's fleet gathered, Ryan looked to the stars. For our Valoran allies, for peace, for Earth. The galaxy held its breath. Would Earth's fury be enough to turn the tide? Or would the enemy's trap pull them into darkness? The answer would come soon. Rising fury, the skies over Earth were filled with tension. The news of the Valoran massacre had spread like wildfire. Every citizen felt the sting of betrayal, not just from the attackers, but from the Galactic Council's silence. Earth had been left alone to face a growing threat. "Captain." Ryan Hayes paced the deck of the Vigilant, his face hard with determination. His crew worked swiftly, readying their weapons and repairing the ship's damaged systems. But it was more than just a battle to win. It was about honor, loyalty, and the promise. On the news screens, people watched as Earth's leaders spoke with clear voices. We will not stand by while our allies fall. The killers will answer for their crimes. Earth scientists had revealed new technology war machines and ships unlike any the galaxy had seen before. These machines were faster, stronger, and smarter. The engineers called them the Fury Fleet, a symbol of Earth's wrath made real. It wasn't just machines. Soldiers trained with new tactics, honing skills that made them nearly unstoppable. Ryan's crew were no longer just defenders, they were warriors. Meanwhile, whispers spread through the Galactic Council chambers. Some members worried about Earth's growing power. Others feared what would happen if Earth unleashed its full fury. Back on the Vigilant, Ryan received a message from a secret Valoran contact. We found a weakness, the voice said. The enemy relies on a central command system. Destroy it, and their forces will crumble. Ryan smiled grimly. Then that is where we strike. But the enemy was clever. They expected Earth to come. For their command, hidden traps and ambush waited. It was a deadly game of cat and mouse, and Ryan knew one wrong move could cost them everything. On Earth, ordinary people began to rally behind the military. Volunteers joined the fleet. Scientists shared breakthroughs. The planet united as one. Yet, deep inside the Vigilant, a new problem arose. A mysterious signal had been detected. It was faint, but growing stronger. It wasn't just an enemy signal, it was a warning. Ryan called his officers. We may not be the only ones watching this war. Prepare for anything. As Earth's fleet moved into position near the enemy system, tension grew thicker. The calm before the storm was deafening. Would Earth's fury be enough to break the enemy's defenses? Or was a greater danger waiting in the shadows? The galaxy waited. The battle for justice and survival was about to begin. Asterisk. The first strike the stars glowed cold and distant as Earth's fleet crept closer to the enemy's stronghold. The Vigilant led the charge, cutting through space like a silent predator. Captain Ryan Hayes stood at the helm, eyes sharp and mind sharper. The enemy had fortified their command center deep inside a deadly asteroid field. Sensors flickered with warning straps, mines, and hidden fighters. But Earth's fleet was ready. They had trained for this moment. Suddenly, the void exploded with fire. Enemy ships launched a surprise attack, firing plasma bolts and missiles. The battle erupted. Ryan barked orders. Shields up. Return fire. Focus on their fighters. The Vigilant weaved through the chaos, dodging blasts and returning fire with precision. Earth soldiers fought like legends. Their training and technology gave them the edge, but the enemy was ruthless. Amid the fight, Ryan noticed something strange: enemy ships retreating toward a nearby moon. They're trying to lure us, he said. Don't fall for it. But a small squadron broke off, chasing the retreating ships. It was a trap. The squadron flew into a hidden minefield. Explosions rocked the space as ships were torn apart. Ryan cursed. Fall back now. Back on the Vigilant, Ryan ordered a quick scan of the battlefield. Then came the critical moment. The command center's location was locked in. Prepare the assault team, Ryan said. We strike at their heart. The assault ships launched from the fleet, piercing the asteroid field with speed. Inside the command center, enemy commanders scrambled to organize defenses. Suddenly, the assault team landed on the moon's surface. Explosions echoed through the barren landscape. Earth soldiers pushed forward, breaking enemy lines with courage. And skill. Inside the command center, chaos erupted. Systems began to fail as Earth's forces planted charges and hacked security networks. But the enemy had one last defense, a powerful energy shield powered by a strange alien crystal. It pulsed with deadly light. Ryan knew this was the key. Without disabling the shield, Earth's victory was impossible. It needed a team to disable that shield. He ordered. A small group of elite soldiers volunteered, knowing the risk. They boarded a stealth ship, sneaking toward the shield's power. Source. The tension was unbearable. One wrong step, and they would be lost forever. As the team approached the crystal, alarms blared. Enemy soldiers poured out, ready to defend their last hope. A fierce firefight broke out. Bullets flew, energy weapons crackled, and soldiers fought hand to hand. The elite team pressed on, refusing to give up. Finally, they reached the crystal. With a well-placed charge, the shield shattered in a blinding flash. The enemy command center was exposed. Ryan's fleet seized the moment, pouring fire into the exposed base. Enemy ships began to fall apart, their command broken. The first strike was a success, but as the dust settled, Ryan's com beeped urgently. "Captain, we've detected a new fleet approaching at high speed. Unknown origin." Ryan's eyes narrowed. "Prepare for another fight. This war is far from over." The hidden enemy. The warning came just in time. Earth's fleet braced as a new armada emerged from the dark reaches of space. These ships moved with a deadly precision, unlike any enemy they had faced before. Captain Ryan Hayes stood firm. "Identify." "Them," he ordered. Sensors scanned, but the signals were scrambled, cloaked by advanced technology. No one knew who they were, friend or foe. Meanwhile, back on Earth, a secret investigation was underway. Intelligence officers had uncovered shocking news. There was a spy inside the Galactic Council, feeding information to the enemy. The spy had helped plan the attack on the Valorans and sabotaged rescue efforts. The betrayal ran deep. Earth's leaders felt the sting. Trust was broken. The Council's walls whispered with suspicion and fear. Ryan's ship received a covert message from a trusted Valoran agent. "Find the traitor before it's too late." The enemy grows stronger because of their aid. A vigilance crew launched a covert operation to locate the spy within their ranks. Suspicion fell on several council members and even some high-ranking officers. The tension was thick. Allies questioned allies. Every conversation was watched. Every move analyzed. As Ryan led the fleet to intercept the mysterious armada, the spy's influence became clear. Enemy ships anticipated Earth's maneuvers, avoiding traps and striking with deadly accuracy. During a fierce skirmish, Ryan's closest officer was nearly killed by information leaked to the enemy. The betrayal was personal, determined to stop. The traitor. Ryan authorized a risky plan. Intercept all council communications and trace the leaks. At the same time, Earth scientists discovered a hidden weakness in the cloaking technology the new enemy used. It could be exploited, but only if they got close enough. The fleet prepared for a dangerous close-range battle. Every ship knew the stakes. Back inside the Galactic Council chambers, the spy grew nervous. Paranoia spread like wildfire. Ryan's team finally identified the traitor, a council member who had once sworn loyalty to Earth but sold secrets for power. With proof in hand, Earth exposed the traitor publicly. The council was shaken to its core, but the damage was done. The enemy's strength had grown, fueled by betrayal. As the Vigilant faced the enemy fleet, Ryan knew the coming battle would decide the fate of the Alliance. "Trust is broken," he said quietly, "but so is their power." The galaxy waited for the next move. The war had become more than a fight for survival. It was a battle for truth. Unstoppable force, the shattered cloak of secrecy, had given Earth a critical advantage. Ryan's fleet, armed with new technology designed to detect the enemy's hidden ships, moved boldly into enemy territory. The vastness of space echoed with the sounds of war, the hum of engines, the crackle of lasers, and the shouts of soldiers fighting with every ounce of courage. Earth soldiers were no longer just defending. They were on the offensive, unstoppable in their determination. They moved as one, a force forged by loss and fueled by rage. On the battlefield, Ryan witnessed moments of extraordinary bravery. A young pilot, barely out of training, maneuvered her fighter through enemy fire to protect a crippled ally. Soldiers on the ground held their line against overwhelming numbers, refusing to fall back. The enemy, once confident, now faltered. Their formations broke and their morale shattered. The betrayal within their ranks had sown distrust, and Earth's relentless assault crushed their will. But the battle was not without cost. The Vigilant took hits, and Ryan's closest friends fell in combat. The weight of sacrifice was heavy. On his heart, amid the chaos, Earth's forces discovered something unexpected, a secret weapon the enemy had been building in a hidden base. It was a massive war machine, capable of destroying entire fleets with a single blast. Time was running out. If the enemy unleashed this weapon, Earth's victory would be impossible. Ryan made a bold decision. We strike now. We must destroy that weapon before it fires. A strike team was assembled, including the best soldiers, engineers, and tacticians. They boarded stealth ships and headed for the enemy's hidden base. The approach was dangerous. Enemy patrols guarded every path. The strike team used every trick they had: stealth, speed, and surprise. Inside the base, alarms blared. The strike team fought their way through tight corridors and security forces, racing against time. The massive weapon loomed ahead, its power humming ominously. Engineers planted charges, but the enemy was closing in fast as the countdown began. The strike team made their escape, barely evading enemy reinforcements. With a thunderous explosion, the secret weapon was destroyed. Back in space, the enemy's forces crumbled. Earth's unstoppable force had won the day. Ryan looked at the stars and whispered, "For Valoran allies. For Earth, we are unstoppable." But even as victory was claimed, a shadow lingered, a new threat waiting in the darkness, ready to challenge. Earth's fury once more. Asterisk final showdown. The victory over the secret weapon had given Earth's fleet a moment to breathe. But the war was far from over. Intelligence reports warned of a final push by the enemy's leader, a ruthless commander known only as Kale, whose cruelty was matched only by his cunning. Captain Ryan Hayes prepared his crew for the battle that would decide the fate of the fall. Galaxy. The Vigilant and the rest of Earth's fleet advanced toward Kale's stronghold, a fortress hidden in a dense nebula, surrounded by deadly energy storms. As they approached, sensors detected massive energy surges. Kale was ready. The enemy's ships erupted from the nebula, swift and deadly, striking with all their might. Ryan shouted, "Hold the line! Protect the fleet! We fight for our allies and for Earth." The battle was fierce. Ships collided in a deadly dance of fire and metal. Earth's warriors showed unmatched bravery, but Kale's forces were relentless. The energy storms made communication difficult, isolating ships and crews. In the heart of the battle, Ryan's closest friend and second in command, Lieutenant Mara, was gravely injured protecting a group of retreating ships. Her sacrifice fueled the crew's resolve. Inside Kale's fortress, Ryan led a daring boarding party. They fought through waves of enemy soldiers, moving toward Kale's command center. Face to face with Kale, Ryan saw the hatred in his eyes. "You cannot win, Earthling," Kale sneered. "Your fury blinds you." Ryan stood firm. "It's not fury that drives us. It's justice. For our fallen friends, for peace." A tense battle of wills and weapons erupted. Ryan and Kale fought with skill and fury. The outcome would decide the future. Finally, Ryan disarmed Kale and demanded surrender. Kale's forces faltered, and the enemy surrendered. As the battle ended, Ryan looked around at the damaged ships and fallen comrades. The cost was high, but Earth's fury had prevailed. He sent a message to the Galactic Council. The war is over. Let this be a lesson. Betrayal will not go unpunished. But even in victory, Ryan knew this was only the beginning of a new era, one where Earth would stand strong, ready for whatever came next. Aftermath, and New Dawn. The war had ended. But the galaxy was forever changed. Earth's fleet returned home, battered but victorious. Across the stars, whispers spread. Earth was no longer just a planet. It was a force to be reckoned with. Captain Ryan Hayes stood on the deck of the Vigilant, watching the stars pass by. Memories of fallen comrades and fierce battles weighed heavily on him, but so did hope. The fury that once burned as anger had transformed into strength and unity. Back on Valoran, the survivors rebuilt their homes. Their bond with Earth had deepened, forged in fire and loss. Leaders from both worlds vowed to stand together, protecting peace and justice. But Earth had learned hard lessons. The betrayal within the Galactic Council had shaken trust, but it also taught vigilance. New alliances were formed, founded on honesty and respect. Ryan received a message from Earth's leaders. Prepare for a new mission. The galaxy is vast, and threats remain. We must be ready. He smiled, knowing this was just the beginning. The fury that had once been fueled by pain now guided them toward a future of strength and hope. As the Vigilant sped toward new horizons, Ryan whispered, "We are unstoppable, not because of rage, but because of the fire within us all." The stars ahead were bright, filled with promise and challenges. Earth was ready. The galaxy would remember the day when Earth's fury rose and how it shaped a new dawn.